Welcome, everybody, to another edition of The Real Honest Raider. I'm your host, Rick Grimes. Today I'm going to talk about Derek Carr. Might get a little bit heated here, maybe not. I don't know. Going to try to keep it as cool as I can, but here it is. Real as can get. Here's the real take from the real Raider. Derek Carr's bad. He ain't never been good. He's never going to be good. You're never going to win anything with Derek Carr, and that's the way it is. If you don't face that reality, you're just a simpleton, low IQ simp, and you have no business giving an opinion publicly or anywhere else because you are just polluting the airways with nonsensical BS. Derek Carr is bad, and he has never been good. We proved to you why he's never been good. Here it is. Derek Carr, every year of his career except for one, say one. Say one right here, and I remember the game they gave him over 30. It was pretty savage because it was a pointless game. He got a lot of garbage time stuff. It was a pointless game against a loser team. So, God, I think it was like 3 touchdowns in one game at the end, and that was it, boys. But he still managed to get 13 interceptions. What a double-digit interceptions. So, 21, 28, 22, 19, 21, 27, and we add an extra game, and he goes down to 23. Now uh, let's go to his game logs, and we'll go to 2021. Derek Carr's bad. Okay, I'm not even going to go through the film yet. We're not even touching we're just touching the tip of the iceberg on this. We're just starting this journey together, folks. Here we go. All right, so let's start it off. Derek Carr, beginning of the season. Anybody remember this game? This is the Baltimore game. We talk. Lamar Jackson fumbled like twice at the end to give the ball back to the Raiders, um, and it would have been 24 to 27. And the only way we got the overtime is because he fumbled the ball and we ended up kicking a field goal because Derek Carr can't score a touchdown to win a game. Remember that? Yeah, I do. Right when we got to the end of the game. We had to kick a field goal to tie the game instead of win the game. We relied on the other team fumbling twice to even get the ball back. So there's that. Although Derek Carr did come out of the gates gangbusters that because this was the home opener. This was the with crowd. Everybody had a crowd. I remember the big opener. It was pretty cool. Really awesome stadium show too as well. We didn't have to pump crowd noise into the games. That was interesting too. Then we almost lost to Jacoby Brissett. But this was actually a decent game, I think, by Derek Carr. Played pretty hard nose. He didn't get to 30 points. We only scored 2 touchdowns, but he slung the ball around in this game pretty good. And then we almost lost to Jacoby Brissett. And we should have lost to Jacoby Brissett. We relied on our defense to get us back in the game again after Derek Carr failed to score in the end zone multiple times, after getting into the red zone multiple times, like Derek Carr always does. He's really only good for 1 or 2 touchdowns a game. And I'll prove that, right? Because look at this. All last season, 2-1-1-1-0-1-1-2-1-1-2-2-0-2-2-2. You know what I mean? Nothing more than two, right? Then you go ahead and look at his QBR rating. You could find out what games he did really well in by looking at your QBR. Okay, 50, he's above 50. We'll say it's a 50-50 coin flip. He did all right. Did he win? Yes. It was a 50-50 coin flip, a little above 50%. I'd say, yeah, not too bad. But we got lucky because I watched the game and I have the all 22 film. He fumbled twice. They gave the Raiders the game. Yeah. So Lamar Jackson is the reason why this game is not a loss. He fumbled twice, and it was uncharacteristic of him for to do that. The next game we actually played really well against Pittsburgh. He had an 86, which is above average game. 86 is a really above average game, and he had a 10 plus average yard per throw, 382 yards. Not these numbers start adding up together, 10 and then 380. That looks nice, yeah. At 37 with a completion percentage of 75%. That's was pretty good. Pretty good. That's a pretty good game. Sorry it didn't translate the points, but Derek Carr never really translates the points. But it's a pretty good, solid statistical game. All right, I'll deal with that. But the last games, right? We're playing against the Chiefs. We got only score 17 against Washington. What the hell is that? 48 points got hung on us. We only scored 9 against the Chiefs. We have to beat them, right? And then you got Cleveland, Denver, Indy. Okay, so Cleveland and Denver had backup quarterbacks because they both got popped for positive COVID asymptomatic because Homeboy said that they let them all practice together. And then randomly after a practice, after they all physically contacted each other, then they randomly tested them. Yeah, that made no sense whatsoever if you're going to do random tests. So this was either clearly a setup or something. I have no idea. But backup quarterback again here, and we only put up 16 points. Backup quarterback for Denver. Denver's just I hate Denver, and traditionally Denver's pretty terrible. And we still only hung 17 points, and they had a backup quarterback. They almost beat us too. Pretty crazy. Imagine that. And they threw one interception, one touchdown, one interception, one touchdown. Typical Derek Carr day. 50-50, average quarterback, backup level at best. Then he gets into the Indy. This guy was sick all week, didn't practice all week, had to sit there in conference in. Finally got cleared like, what, 2, 3 hours before the game? And almost beat us. Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz almost beat us. There's a one touchdown, two interception game. That is a prototypical Derek Carr day. And we're going to go ahead here and finish up with the last game. 32.2 QBR. Yeah, how did he carry us anywhere, ladies and gentlemen? How did he carry us to the playoffs? Then we get to the playoffs, right? 54 passes, only little over 5.5 yards, one touchdown, one interception. So he's still exactly Derek Carr, and a 46.4 QBR. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no reason to give this man any excuses because guess what? You said give him the best receiver in the game, and we did. And look, he got worse. He got worse. Do you remember what happens when you put a good player on the team and he stands out amongst all the other players? What happens? What happened when we put Marshawn Lynch in the game? They just keyed up on Marshawn Lynch. What happens when you put Devontae Adams in the game? They're just going to know you're going to go there. They can just sit there and let you take the unders and deal with that. As long as they play tough defense inside the red zone, they know Derek Carr has horrible accuracy, can't get the ball into the corners. He's pretty dog crap at running. Come on now. So let's get off of that. He got worse. Only Madden players think that Derek Carr got better with Devontae Adams. Well, we're going to put a 99 receiver on to an 80, a 67 quarterback, and that instantly raises the overall team value. Hooray! Right? Because you online gamers think that that's how football works, right? You just put a better receiver and the quarterback gets better, except the quarterback was the problem the whole way. The whole 9 years he's been playing. Derek Carr has been the only consistently bad player on all 9 years consistently. We don't even have the same GMs anymore, the same coaches anymore, the same presidents anymore. Nothing. We've changed everything down to the water boys. We've changed everybody. We've even moved cities. And Derek Carr is still the consistently bad single point that we've had across all those years, right? When is it time to get rid of the piece? When is it time to move on from the singly most destructive player in NFL history for our team, which is Derek Carr? He has held us back for 9 years, and we have cheered for him to hold us back for 9 years because we like misery somehow. I'm not sure, but I have this standing question for all of you fans out there who love Derek Carr, all of you, and this is a really serious question. If Derek Carr was black and Derek Carr had this many bad seasons and this many bad games and performed this awful in his first career 4 years, would he have ever been a quarterback in this league this long? Would he have been just given up on, just like every other black quarterback has been given up on when they have 3 or 4 years of bad quarterback play? They just get cut, thrown to another team, and thrown on the backup, and that's it, right? You never see any black quarterback being given 9 years of straight excuses to get the job done. Y'all need to look in the mirror and figure out which side of the field you want to play on. The righteous or your side that you're supporting. Because Derek Carr didn't kneel for any of his all-black linemen in 2017 against Washington on Sunday Night Football on national TV. And they let him get destroyed. And then other wives from NFL players came out and said that the reason why is because that Derek Carr in his Bible-thumping ways, as if, that needs to be done in the locker room with people of mixed origin or mixed backgrounds needs to be done. If that's happening, that's causing a problem. He wouldn't kneel down and said that he wouldn't support their kneeling, and his whole line was black. Then let's go ahead and add this to it. Okay? John Gruden comes out with the racist comments. And I'm quoting Gruden's email. Old Michelin lips. Okay? Derek Carr moved in right next to John Gruden. They moved in like neighbors and bosom buddies. They literally are friends for life, right? They move in. You don't move in next to somebody unless you share and embody their ideals. You don't willfully do it, at least, right? Because you're the guy that's coming over to the barbecue, talking about life, family, future, everything, right? But old Michelin lips has a little bit of a ethical problem when it comes to racism. And I'm pretty sure Derek Carr is similar in nature, okay? Because he didn't want to kneel for his all black lineman to show solidarity, but he was willing to move next to his racist coach to show solidarity. And he's been given countless excuses because he's white. Start hating Derek Carr for the fact that he is this, ladies and gentlemen. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception to 2 interceptions. The two touchdowns to 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions is just not good enough to get it done in the NFL. Hate him for that. Hate him for the fact that he doesn't support his team. Hate him for the moral values he doesn't support. Don't like him because he can say something nice on the podium. Don't say it. This is the Real Honest Raider, and I've been really honest with you. Wake up, Raider Nation. Let the intellectuals take back the team and stop promoting stupidity, lies, propaganda, and biased support for people who do not deserve your support. I don't need you to like the video. I don't need you to subscribe to the channel, but I need you to wake up. This is real.